YouTube, what's happening? It is Tuesday, May 13th, and now we're finally going to get to MLB. It's going to be a fun video. Everybody's playing today. You can see it's a big old slate of games, so a bunch of games. We're going to try to roll through it quickly. I don't feel great, but we're here doing it anyway, so guess what we do here. So let's look at recap yesterday. I took these plays on Monday, yesterday. Cleveland hit, Sanchez hit 2 walks, the Mets won. Holmes did not. He had 1 walk. He looked great in 6 innings. Machado did have the HR, and Kelly did not even give up a walk. So the under walks was a beautiful play. So we went 5-1 on the day. I mean, yeah, a couple great days in a row in MLB. So I think we went 7-2, then 5-1. That's what whatever that math is in 3. It's really good. So if you want the plays typed out for every sport, or if you just want access to the spreadsheet so you can do your own research, go check out the HQ. Simple as that. So enough of that. We have a lot of games. Let's stop wasting time and get to that first one right now. Okay, we always check out the weather before we jump to the first game, and we can see the Cleveland game in Milwaukee. Thunderstorms, 60% chance. Wind's blowing out. If they play it, I'll be surprised. Same with the Baltimore game, 94%. I'm passing this game. I'm gonna tell you right now. No chance they play this game. This is going to get rescheduled, postponed, something. Like, there's rain all damn day. No chance. 16 miles an hour blowing in. No. Detroit has a little bit of rain. They might play this. Who knows? There's a good chance we get a lot of delays today. See there, Cincy, 50% chance of rain. 91 in Philadelphia. It is a disgusting day. And Toronto's in a dome, thankfully. New York, rain. Atlanta, rain. Not as much rain, but still some rain. 36, that's a slight chance. Chicago, only 12. Wind's not a big deal there. Texas, Houston, Seattle are no issues. San Diego is nice. San Fran is nice with 18 miles an hour straight out. Yeah, we're going to be looking at some overs in that one. So, yeah, let's keep it a buck. We're going to keep, 12 miles an hour out in LA, too, between LA and the A's. Yeah, over, and a lot of passes with these East Coast games because that is a disgusting amount of rain. So, all right, let's see what we can do. If the game doesn't have me just standing out like, ooh, this is the play, it's a pass. Let's keep it real. I ain't trying to mess with these rain delays, not today. So let's just jump to the first one right now. Okay, now that we know all the weather, let's go ahead and jump to the first game because this is going to be a wild slate today. So be cautious. If you ain't feeling it today, don't feel it. I'm going to tell you right now. So Milwaukee, Cleveland 125-9. We already looked at the weather. It was disgusting. We know 70% chance of rain, thunderstorms, wind blowing 10 miles an hour. Look at the spreadsheet. Milwaukee is hoping it gets canceled probably because they can't play baseball right now. They are terrible at batting. They're batting 194 as a team. What are you doing? So we took Cleveland plus 1.5 yesterday. It hit easily. Like, it wasn't even close. So let's look over at the props today. We got Logan Allen versus Priester. Only thing we have is Priester with over 2.5 walks. Damn, he gives up a lot of walks. 3 walks. Cleveland is third in walks at 3.8. So that could be a play potentially because you see it right there. So, but it could easily be a situation where this game starts, plays 1 inning, all of a sudden rain delay for an hour, then the pitcher's done. And you think the books are going to cash you back out? They're going to avoid that play? No chance. They're going to be, thank you for your money. Now, the DFS sites they might got you, but the big books ain't going to do that. So let's be smart here. Let's look. I'll show you the stuff real quick, but yeah, you know where this is going. So Logan Allen, history, none. Against lefties, I mean, hell, Milwaukee can't hit nothing right now. They couldn't hit the ocean if they swung at it. So you know what I'm saying? Nothing. Cleveland, history versus righties. Season versus righties. And Priester, history. They have some success against them. Man, I want to take Cleveland money line again. I want to do it. I might do it. I might just do it. Rain be damned. I'm taking it. I don't care. And then we look over here. Yeah, there's nothing here. I'm taking Cleveland money line. We're basically going to take the home team, fading a team that can't hit. You think they're going to fix their batting woes on the road? No. It's going to take a home game against Colorado or somebody to figure it out. Because right now they ain't. They're $1.94. Give me Cleveland money line. I ain't taking a pitcher prop, not a damn chance, but we'll take Cleveland money line next. Game 2 is going to be Minnesota and Baltimore. Currently, Baltimore's a slight favorite. 9 is our total. This one is a 95% chance of rain from 5 p.m. to midnight, every single on the hour. There you go. Is right there. If you forgot already, there you go. We're not playing this because I will be shocked if this game is played, but I will show you this screen at least. And the pitchers, I will show you the pitchers too. So if you want to see them, there you go. I'm not going into it though. We're passing on this one. If they play this, I'll be amazed. So yeah, pass next. All right, moving on. Boston, Detroit. This game has rain, but 30%, 40%, that's not nearly as bad. Like, we can at least look at it. Once we get those 90s, 100s, like the last one, that's a pass. But like Cleveland was 66. I threw a money line out there at it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. This one, we're looking at Detroit's. We're looking at 104, 110. That's a pick 'em. 8.5 is our total. Let's look at the sheet. Sheet is showing Detroit's offense is getting even better as we go. They are crushing. They're at home. Boston is average at best. They both don't do walks. They strike out a lot. Let's look at the props. Who is going out there? We put this on Detroit, and we see we have Tyler Holton going against Bello. Disgusting numbers. Disgusting. So, yeah, Bello's been actually crushing. Look at them. Under 2.5 might be a play. But you're going against Detroit, who's number 1 in hits, number 1 in batting average, number 1 in runs. Not a chance. So we have a good pitcher going against a great offense. Let's see what the history is. Who leans which way? Holton versus Boston. You can see what they've done. Not much data, but there's a home run for Duran. Against lefties, how is Boston? Had they crushing lefties? 357, 300s. Huh. Detroit against righties. You see how they've done this season, and you can see how they've done against Bello. 0 for 3, 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 0 for 2, 333. Not much there. So, all right. Earned runs. You see how he's done 2025 season. He is 1-3-1-0. Pretty good. Can't complain. Let's look over back at this. I lean Detroit at home, but you see Bellows playing great. Why would I ever go against that? And then I don't trust Detroit's pitcher, so we're going to pass based on we don't know what to do in this one. Everything's too close, and there's rain. We can throw that in there too. We'll pass. We'll be safe. Next. Game 4, White Sox, Reds. Currently Reds 200. 1.5, 9.5 is our total. Let's look at the spreadsheet. Yeah, both teams. Remember when Cincy was good? Remember? They are very, like I said, they're Jekyll and Hyde. That's what they are. They're very up and down. They're an elevator. They're an escalator. They go from one direction to the other, nothing in the middle. So them pair with this is disgusting. This is screaming. If this was green, the first two, if the Nerf heroes are green, it'd be a Nerfy all day. Especially with the pitchers. Who we got? We'll see what we got pitching out here. We got Abbott and Cannon. Very mid. Cannon over 5.5 hits allowed is good. If you were a team that could get hits, since he's 27 to 6.7 per game, tied with the White Sox, believe it or not. So we're not touching that. Let's look at the histories, see if anybody stands out or gets rocked. See if we have any information. Abbott versus Chicago, 0 for 6 between two dudes, nothing up. Against lefties, this is how Chicago's done this season. You can see some have some success, not many do. Cincy versus righties, there's those numbers, pretty decent. 458, needs to play more. And Cannon versus 1 for 2. So there's no stats. The pitching is about the same. There's no lean there. These two are garbage offensively with the bats. So this is a pass. We're not taking these. Next. And on top of that, the rain is also another factor as well. I didn't even think about the rain, but yeah, that's another factor. So again, yeah, definitely a pass. Moving on to St. Louis and Philadelphia. Currently it is 145 Philly with an 8 total. Let's look at the sheet. We see, there we go. We got some good bats here. So potentially over. I guess I could be looking at under in some of these other plays where the bats are like terrible. Like the last game, we could look at under, but those pitchers were nothing really standing out. So the bats are decent here. 9-game winning streak for St. Louis, huh? Okay, St. Louis, we see you. Weather is an issue. Yeah, this is the same as the other game we passed on. So I told you these games are going to be rough today with the weather. So East Coast, we'll have more plays when we get towards the West Coast, but this is a pass so far, mainly because of this, unless I just take a side, which so far I'm not. But I will show you the props real quick. Here's the pitchers. It's Sonny Gray versus Luzardo. There's nothing truly standing out. Maybe Sonny Gray strikeouts. Philadelphia is 17th in strikeouts right now, though, so I wouldn't touch that. There's no lean for either side here. There's no lean really for the pitchers. It's going to be 90% rain. Again, shocked that they play this one. Pass. Next. All right, moving on. Tampa and Toronto. Rain is not an issue in this one, thankfully. So we have Toronto 130 with an 8 total. We look at the spreadsheet. We see Toronto's bats are doing quite well. Tampa, not so much. So we have Toronto with a home lean. We got Toronto with a 4-game winning streak lean. We got Toronto with the bat lean. So let's go over and look at the pitching. Who do we got in this one? We have Jays and Rays. We have Shane Baz going up against Berrios. Berrios over earned runs is 4 out of 5, 7 out of 10. His strikeouts were all over the place for Baz. And Baz outs is that. So let's look at both of them. So far, I'm leaning Toronto heavily so far. Berrios earned runs 2025 6.2, 1.4, 3.0, 2.2. He's averaging 2.5 earned runs. Okay, Tampa's averaging 3.1 runs a game. Okay, not too bad. And then we look at Baz, his earned runs. What are we looking at here? 2025? 5 and 6 his last 2 games against KC and Philly. Not the best. Not the best. Toronto's hot right now. Let's see. What's the histories? Barrios versus Tampa history. Aranda has 2 home runs and 8 at-bats with a 500 average. Pretty good, I'd say. That's good as well. Hell, we might take an over in this one, but I can't trust Tampa's offense. I really can't. And you can see Tampa versus righties this season. We got Toronto versus righties. There you go. And then Toronto versus Baz history. Baz has some success. So everything's history's kind of leaning Tampa, but everything else is leaning Toronto. We're going to take Toronto on this bad boy. Toronto money line at what? Minus 130? Yeah, we'll take Toronto money line next. All right, next up, Pittsburgh and the Mets. And look, boom, weather again. Another one. So let's look at the lines. Currently it's 225 Mets with a 1.5 being the main play. If you want to pick them, 7.5 is our total. Let's look at the sheet. We see the Mets bats are doing great. Pittsburgh is not, so clear Met advantage with the bats, Met advantage being at home. So we have 2 leans there. Let's see if we can get a third lean with the pitchers. Senga's going out there. He is very wild with the walks, really. Pittsburgh is 5th in walks. Believe it or not, they're top 5. They're doing great with walks. So that could be a sneaky play if you want one, but with this rain, I don't know. Look at that. 5, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. So now if you maybe pick a side, what's his earned runs though? Yeah, see, yeah. He may walk some dudes, but he ain't letting nobody score on him really. He's allowed a total of 5 runs in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 starts this season. He's averaging 0.71 runs. That's impressive. That is damn impressive. That's crazy when you got this many walks too. So he walked all them dudes. They couldn't get home. Sad. Let's look at the histories. Senga versus Pittsburgh. Yeah, nothing obviously. Against righties, I saw Pittsburgh's done this season. Not the best. Mets versus righties. There you go. They're pretty good. And Mets versus Mitch Keller. Yeah. Mitch Keller's been doing pretty good. He's been dealing, hasn't he? I can see why under 7.5. Yeah, but yeah, I gotta take the team that actually has been hot enough to hit the ball. I'm taking the Mets. But am I gonna take the Mets or am I gonna take Mets like, a prop? Let's look. Let's look at the Mets props. Let's do game. We want the Mets. Meet the Mets. There we go. Pittsburgh. Well, enough Pittsburgh dudes, huh? Soto. No. Polar Bear, Vientos. There's options here. You know what? No. I'm gonna go for it. I don't care. We're going for it. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit just a little bit. We're gonna bank this plus the fact that the pitcher's been so damn good that I'm going to take. Follow my line of thinking, if you will. Let's go look at first 5. Let's take a first 5 money line for the Mets. 220, huh? Damn. What's the run line? Half. So I can say they have at least a 1-run lead. How about that? Mets half run line. That means they got to be up 1. That's it. As long as they're up 1 at the start of the 6th inning, that wins. And that is minus 140. I can work with that. I don't need them to win the game. I don't need them to do anything. I just need to be up 1 at the start of the 6th inning. Sounds crazy, but I'm going to trust Senga as the pitcher. So I'm going to trust the Mets bats to do enough to give me 1 run because I don't think Senga's going to give up a run. And that's the case. I probably should take the under 2. I probably should, but I don't trust the Met. 7.5 is kind of low, and Mets bats have been really good. Number 5 in runs. Yeah, so let's just go with New York Mets. NYM minus 0.5. First 5. That's a fun one there. Let's take that next. All right, moving on. Washington and Atlanta. Currently, where's Atlanta on here? There they are. 215 Atlanta with an 8.5 total. Look at the spreadsheet. We can see how they do. Washington's a little bit. They're in a 6-game losing streak, but they're doing a little bit better with the bats. Atlanta's bats are not doing well, but they're 6-4. Is weather a factor in this one? Not really. It's a little bit. 36, 23. Potentially could be delayed. It might wait a little bit. So who knows? Other than that, props. What's up with the props? We want pitchers. We want Braves. We want Washington. There you go. So we got Soroka going out there against Schwadenbach. So you got these two. Spencer over 5.5 hits going against Washington. No. Washington is 17th in hits. Nope. Spencer earned runs. Washington is 20th in runs. No. So Michael here earned runs. Braves are 24th in runs. No. Not a chance. No. Let's look at the histories. So far, I don't like this game is too close of a matchup. Spencer versus Washington. There's your not much data against righties. Here they are this season. Atlanta versus righties. pretty decent. They prefer righties versus lefties. You can see that against Michael, 0 for 6, 0 for 2. There's nothing here. Let's look at the earned runs 2025. How you done? You played 2 games. You gave up 4 and 4. Good job. Good job. March 31st, May 7th. That is a gap in games. 5 innings each, though. So, yeah, not a chance. Yeah, let's look at Spencer, too. What have you been doing this season, good sir? 2025 earned runs. Yeah, you've been popped off a few times, haven't you? 6, 2, 3, 6, 0 against Cincy. Cincy's not good right now. Yeah, no, this game, the pitchers are game's too close. We're gonna pass. Next. All right, next up we got Miami and Chicago. The Cubs, 10%, 15% rain. We're not even gonna worry about that. Wins on the issue either. 250 Chicago. What? Why? 8? Is it because they think Miami's that bad, huh? Look at this. No, they're equal. They're equally bad with the bats. So there has to be a vast difference in pitching, which for these two teams, that doesn't make sense. So let's come over here to the props. What are they trying to do? What are they trying to get with us here? Ben Brown versus Belozo. No one's really standing out doing anything bad or good. Everything's kind of mid. Ben Brown strikeouts over. No, he's under 4 out of 5. Belozo walks under. Nothing's really standing out here. Why is it 235? They're looking at the name on a chest. That's all they're doing. They're like, oh, look, Miami's 15-25. Chicago is good as that. Chicago, take Chicago. That's how they get you. That's how they get you every time. Let's look at the histories. Ben Brown versus Miami. Nothing. Against righties, you can see how Miami's done this season. Chicago versus righties this season are right there. Belozo versus Chicago. Suzuki has 2 home runs and 2 at-bats. 5.0. You can't do better than that, really, can you? So, yeah, there's nothing standing out in this one. I don't get it. I do not understand why the Cubs are such a big favorite when you see this here. Pass. Yeah, next. All right, moving on. Colorado and Texas. Texas got the win yesterday, 235. Again, you're going to have massive lines against Colorado every game. 8.5 is our total. Spreadsheet. I don't know why, because Colorado's playing decently. Yeah, they lost, but they did beat San Diego 2 days ago, so I don't see why Texas is a massive favorite, unless it's a pitching thing, which it easily could be. So let's look. Freeland's going out there. Over hits, over earned runs, 4 out of 5 and 8 out of 10. That's why. That's why Texas is a big favorite. Let's take a look at these two. Texas is 21st in hits and 20th in runs. So not loving it, to be honest. Just not. 3.5 and a 2.5. I might love it a little now. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And let's look at those hits. Let's take a look at those hits. 2025. 7.25 on a 5.5. They let him give up hits. He's going to be in the game. He's going to get his innings in, unless he just gets absolutely rocked. But 5.5 is 160. It's 165 for 2.5. Huh. Let's look at the histories. Jack Leiter versus, 0 for 2 for you, nothing else. Against righties, you can see how Colorado's been this season. Not good. We know that. Texas versus lefties. Texas, 323 with 2 home runs, 200. They're not that good, to be honest. They're not good against lefties. Yeah, this ain't one of those good lefty teams. Texas kind of struggles. Look at the numbers. We have a 323 for Heim, but other than that, we got 220, 276, 200, 206, 400, but he don't play. Yeah, Texas is not good against lefties. And against Freeland history? Okay, Freeland's different. Okay. Sager's 588 with a home run. 500, 333. Fine. I'll take Freeland hits. Yeah, I'll take it. Is that Freeland over 5.5 hits? I'll take 5.5 hits allowed. I don't know if I want to take earned runs or not, but maybe I do. 3.5 on a 2.5, 5.5 on a 7.25. They're both pretty good, to be honest. But I don't want to take 2 for one guy. Just that doesn't, no. Especially when the team's kind of struggling on things. They're getting 7.7 hits a game. You know what? I've already passed on a bunch. Let's do it. Let's do it. Double Freeland. We're Freelanding up over 2.5 earned runs. We're doing it both. If you don't like it, don't play it. Play one. I don't care. Do what you want. So I'm doing both. We're gonna super fade Freeland. So 2 plays on him. And that's all we're gonna do, because you see the rest. Yeah, we're gonna fade Freeland twice. Next. All right, next up we got KC and Houston. Currently we're sitting on Houston 135 at a 7.5. Really? 7.5? Okay. Let's look at the spreadsheet. We can see great offenses for both teams. They're both doing well. Let's see who the pitchers are. That's the main thing. Yeah, great stuff. They're averaging 9.6 runs per game. They're doing good. Come over to the props. Valdez prop is walks over 1.5. KC is 27 to walk, so that is a no. Everything else is not standing out. We got to look at both these guys' earned runs. Boobich. If they're earned runs, if they're giving up runs, we might be taking it over here. So let's look at your earned runs 2025. You're averaging 2.63. What are your earned runs this season, good sir? Earned runs 2025, 1.1. Man, Boobich is dominating, isn't he? Damn. Now look, 2 for Baltimore, 1 for Colorado, 1 for Chicago White Sox. Houston already beat you for 4 once. You're facing them again. Yeah, Houston already took care of you one time. They might take care of you again. How did you do against Houston? I know you faced them. Oh, you didn't face Houston. Interesting. Now you are. Houston is a top 5 offense right now, basically. So, yeah, I think I might be taking over 7.5. Let me show you the matchups anyways. Valdez versus KC. There's your history. Yeah, we got some decent history there. Lefties, you see how KC does this season. They got some dudes actually doing decently. Houston versus lefties. Houston has a little bit of success as well. You can see them. Not him, but, you know, not as much. And Movich versus, he's done pretty decently. No, only 1 home run. 7.5 might be tough. Okay. I was leaning over, but I don't know now. I don't know. Both pitchers do pretty decently, except you did get rough. You got rough. Yeah, Boobers got roughed up. It's only 1.3 in the season, but the team that got him the most was Houston. So, was it just a bad day, or does he just do well against bad teams? That's the question. I don't know. I think it won't be smart. I'm going to lay off. Pass. Next. All right, moving on. Angels, Padres, currently sitting on 218, 1.5, 7.5. Let's look over here. Padres are doing good. Angels are not. I mean, they're getting better. They're not 30th. There's 217 average now. Good job. So San Diego is lost 2 in a row now. These numbers are inflated because they play Colorado. Don't forget that. Even though they lost again in Colorado, which is weird. So let's go over to the pitchers. Who is going out there? Let's clean it up a little bit. Let's look for Fathers of Us Angels. Cease versus Soriano. Cease earned runs over 1.5. Huh? Is the Angels? I ain't buying that. 3.5 hits allowed. The Angels are 26 hits with 7 a game. No, we're not playing that. Soriano, how are you doing? Let's just look at somebody. There we go. Soriano hits and earned runs. That might be something we could take. 2025, you're averaging 6.1. Earned runs, you're averaging 2.5. And against San Diego, who's averaging 3rd in runs, 2nd in hits, maybe. Might be the play. Cease versus Angels all time, or since 2018. You can see how they've done. There is some success there, not much. Against righties, you see how the Angels have done this season, not much. San Diego versus righties this season. There you go. Man, look at Merrill, 559 and 34 bats. That's ridiculous. And then Soriano, you can see how he has done versus San Diego. So that's a lot of runs, my guy. That's a lot of runs. What's Cease's earned runs looking like? Because if his look like that, what do yours look like? Earned runs, 2025. Outside is 9, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. I mean, he's averaging 2.75. You take away his 9, he's averaging under 2. So, dude's been pretty good outside of 1 game. And we're going to hold that 1 game against him, really? I don't think so. I don't think we are. You're not doing that great. 3-4-0 against Detroit? Not bad, actually. You were on your stuff that day, but the rest of it, I don't know. What is San Diego about what? 218. Damn, that's a lot. That's San Diego is still overpriced. I think they're overpriced. Let me look at the bats. Maybe there's a bat prop we could say. I took Machado yesterday. That worked out nicely. We can do that again. Maybe. Let's see. Padres. Who's doing great? Machado's 100%. So do we just keep riding the Machado train until it doesn't work? Because you see how it's working. What's your history with? Oh boy, where you at? Where is your history? We want San Diego, Soriano, Machado. He is 1 for 3 with a home run and a 1.6. All right. I think I'll take Manny. We'll put Manny on there, so it's gonna be Machado. Oops, I can type. That would help us, right? I would think so. So let's get rid of that. We're gonna take this. We're gonna take Machado. Machado over 1.5 HRR because he has a home run off the pitcher. He's facing Soriano. He's got a 10-game streak. In baseball, you ride the streak. So we'll take Machado HR for 145 next. All right, next up we got Yankees and Mariners. And currently it is New York 140 with a 7 total. We go to the sheet. We see this. Yanks bats are amazing right now. Almost everything is 1 or 2. It's crazy. Yeah, they're 6-4 because their pitching is not good. We know this. Yankees bullpen is atrocious. Their closing situation's atrocious. Hell, their pitching's just bad. Seattle is average. They are mid. Let's look at the player props today in this game. We have who's going out there. Is going to be Brian Woo versus Max Fried Fried Chicken, who has been out of his mind pitching lately. So, yeah, we're not digging deep in this one. We're just going to look at how earned runs was. Yeah, he may give us some hits, sure, but they ain't crossing the plate. He gave it up. He's .75 all season, 2.102, 0.001. That is amazing. That is great. Yeah, 1.5 minus 174 over. You think he's giving up 2 runs? I don't know. I don't know about that. So yeah, then on top of that, you pair the Yankee bats, which are amazing. So we have an amazing pitcher with amazing. Yeah, Yankees should win, but it's baseball. You never know. Let's look at the other side. Let's look at the other side. Brian Woo versus New York. Pretty. It's like 1 game, maybe 2, not much. Dominguez does have a home run against righties. You see how Toronto. You see how the Yankees have done this season. Judge is over 400 again. Seattle versus lefties. They have a little success, but not too much more. It's 5 home runs off lefties this season. Damn, 5 home runs and 30 at bats against lefties. That's impressive. All right. And then against Max has been shutting him down. So yeah, good stuff. I'm taking Yankees money line. I don't care. Do I want to take the full game money line though? Yeah. I'm tempted. I'm gonna trust. If they don't win, if they lose, if they have the lead like the 8th inning and they lose again, I'm going to ban the Yankees for the rest of the season. Just telling you right now. I'm taking the Yankees money line. But then I'm like arguing myself about it. I need to come over here and go match details. I need to go first 5 innings. I need to go Yankees money line and 135. And that's what I need to do. We're taking the Yankees money line first 5. We're being smart. We're trying to eliminate the need for the bullpen. Yeah, backs can get through 5 innings just fine. Yankees bats can give them some support. We're good. If for some reason it's tied, it's a push. That's how it works. So we'll be good. Yankees money line first 5 next. All right, moving on. Arizona, San Fran, and we already talked about this one earlier. Let me show you the weather. 18 miles an hour straight out, and the bats are doing decent. Same with this one. Both of these are going to be overs, but I'll show you everything anyways. Line is currently sitting on 7.5. What? What? I mean, the wind's blowing straight out at 18 miles an hour. I'm taking that. I don't care. I do not care. I will risk that no matter what. The bats are doing decent enough for it to hit. Home runs, 5th and 17th. They're hitting the ball. Averages are decent. Good. That's all I want to see. Pitching. Who's throwing the ball? Who's going to get abused today by the wind? That is going to this game. Is going to be Robbie Ray and Brandon Pfad. Sorry, guys. I hate it for you, but we're taking the over of 7. It's 7.5. I don't care how good you think you are. You're giving up walks. Yeah, over 7.5 all day, twice today. Don't care. Over 7.5 next. Plus 100. That's nice. You see Dodgers big favorites, spreadsheet. Even better offenses, but also still good wind blowing straight out. That's what we want to see. I'm going over both of these, but I'll show you the props over here. Or, my bad, the spreadsheet. Dodgers doing great. A's doing good. 5th in home runs. 17th is flipped. Both are great at batting. Good stuff. Who's pitching? Be somebody not just average. Be somebody average. That's all I care about. Is going to be Knack is pitching. Yeah, I like that. And I don't know who is pitching for the A's. Do we not know? What is this? Oh, it's okay. Hold up. The schedule says Jeffrey Springs is pitching, but I ain't got no props on Jeffrey Springs, which is weird. Let me see if I can find some props, or not props, but some information on him. Knack, no data, but the 1 at bat, 1 home run for against righties. You see how they've done. Dodgers. It is Springs. There's just no props. Why are you not giving me no Springs props? You afraid he's going to give up 7 runs? He might. He just might. And there's your Springs data overall. So yeah, we're taking the over in this one there. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Let's go back to the schedule. You just had it up. That's all of our games. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We have a lot of date. We have a few day games, Wednesday stuff. Look how small that Thursday slate is. It's literally 6 games. Wow. So I'll be here tomorrow. Drop a like, subscribe. Let me know what you're playing in the comments. Check out the HQ, and we'll see you tomorrow on Wednesday for some more MLB. Peace.